Welcome back, everyone, to another terrifying season. Once again, it has become October, and I've presented to you another terrifying tale. But, because I found a truly terrifying story called The Real Mario. You might have thought you know Mario, but this is the real Mario, and not even every word in the title is capitalized. But without further ado, let's get into who Mario really is. But who is Mario really? I read a theory of him that bothered me, but I think is true. The magic mushrooms are drugs. Yes, freaking Mario. He's a drug addict. He's high. He's just making up the Goombas and Koopa Troopas. Mario, how could you do this to me? You are a brother. You're a brother, Mario. This is really new ground we're covering here. And Peach is really just his boss's daughter, just trying to get away from him because he's physically abusive to her. Because Mario's an asshole and he's on cocaine every day. And his boss is actually just King Bowser. That is why every time she gets apostrophe S captured by Bowser, she panics because she's going back to all of the abuse. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Is the boss also abusive? What the fuck's happening here? His brother Luigi is really slow and gets all the attention. Mario is mean to him because he got all the attention. Mario, you son of a bitch. Toad is his drug dealer, happy because of his pure could make a joke as his head's just a big old fucking mushroom. It didn't work out. Just like this story. Happy because of all the drugs he's taken. So this is my version of how I really see Mario. That entire story was 5 sentences. Okay, it was 7. Half of them were incomplete. And he started the first 2 sentences. he started... Okay, listen, I can fit the entire thing on one screen grab. Look how this fucking story is set up. I'm reading a second one. Don't worry. This is the entire video. Like, he starts it with Bud when he didn't need to at all. He just had a line break for no reason. And he didn't even. There should be an it in there. It should either be it's or it is true. None of these sentences are capitalized. That's an unnecessary, and there's no period over there. That apostrophe still annoys me. I still think I don't know what he's talking about there. That means he's getting away from Mario. I mean, overall, it's just a real story. So let's take another look at another Mario tale. I would read Bloodless, but my fucking god, it's so long. It's infinitely long. Now here's the story. Oh, well, I do kind of want to read every game is personalized. But also, there's Dead Mario 64. Yeah. I mean, come on, it's Dead Mario 64. It's Mario 64, but he's dead. What's not to like? Without further ado, let's get into our second story. Super Mario 64 is a video game. That is true. That honestly I could not get into. My friends always told me about how amazing and great it was, but I just couldn't bring myself to play it. I didn't like how it's looked. It's almost like it's a game from 1996. But I like games that are scary, such as Amnesia, or Slender, or Five Nights at Freddy's. Now there's a scary fucking game. Come on, dickhead. Go mention FNAF, the best game series ever. I say in this entire video that's pretty much entirely jokes, but it's like, well, I guess it's the best game. I get it. I actually legitimately enjoy it. Even at a young age, I watched scary movies and sort of strayed from bright and happy imagery. In school, I drew gruesome images of people being ripped to shreds, zombie-eating brains, and many other terrifying, disturbing, messed up, fucking sick, twisted images. As crude as they were, my teachers always told me to leave the room. Nice. Why is that as crude as they were there? That's like a juxtaposition to the entire thing. Why would they not tell him to leave the room? It paints you as a fucking psychopath. But that didn't stop me. I continued and soon became somewhat insane. Yeah, see, I told you he's turning into a fucking psychopath. What? No one listens to me. Nobody ever. My mother, who was in the hospital, forced my father to take me to a counselor. After visiting, the counselor capitalized for some reason. I began to feel normal again. I did well in school. No more scary imagery on paper. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, scary imagery on paper. You're out of here. Into the incinerator. I'd even stopped playing scary games, because as we all know, scary games will make you crazy. I made many new friends, and we all had good times. At the age of around 15, my friends began talking about this old Nintendo 64 game called Super Mario 64. I asked them what it was, me being a complete dipshit who's never heard of Mario 64 before. I just like... Yeah. And how is the story framed? He's talking about it like it's past tense. He never heard the fucking game before. I talk about the beginning way. I just feel this beginning of framing sentence of the story, a paragraph of the story is a little awkward, to say the least. And they told me the revolutionary enemies. I asked them what it was, because Mario 64 never heard of it. And they told me it was a revolutionary game that I needed to play. I told them, why the fuck would I play a old dumbass Nintendo 64 game? So they just kept pushing, till I gave up like a nerd. Told them I'd give it a try. You know, they say the same thing about nicotine bud. I want to be smoking cigarettes. It's kind of for loser nerds. I went over to cigars. Those were it's being cut from the video. I went over to my friend's house later, who gave me an extra copy. It looked a bit beaten, but it was old, so I'd excuse it for now. My friend said it still worked fine. He also gave me a free Nintendo 64 to play it on, but only for a week. What an asshole. Free N64 is just a bonus? Why didn't he just say he lent you his N64? That applies, he has a second Nintendo 64 to throw around. I went home, plugged in the Nintendo 64, and began. The game ran normally, I thought, until something odd happened. This game that I never played. Something was up. The title said, "It's me," as it normally does. I don't know this because I've seen the game before. But then there's a loud piercing noise that lasted a second, but I left it ringing in my ears for quite some time. Mario's head capitalized for some reason. Like, not Mario's, like his head. Like his fucking character. Showed up and stared directly at me. My friend said he could tinker with his face on the main screen. So I clicked the A button. Mario didn't respond. I clicked the A button on my Nintendo 64 mouse on the on-screen keyboard of Mario 64. Nothing. A, nothing. A, nothing. A. It disappeared. Yeah. That makes sense. The head vanished. It didn't surprise me, for I thought it was normal. I continued the file select. There's only one, without any data. Dead Mario, it said. You can't name files Mario 64. I get the game's haunted, but like, come on. That's just ridiculous. I tried clicking on a new file, but when I did, the loud noise played again, and the game forced me to play on Dead Mario. I chose the file, and it started immediately. As opposed to not starting immediately, I had to watch a loading screen from Mario 64. No, you stupid piece of shit, the game will just start. I was inside Peach's castle, but there's no Toad, no light, and only one door. The door was on top of the stairs, so I went towards it. Every inch I got closer to the door, a human-like laugh could be heard more and more. I went to the door, but a text box stopped me and it said, "Your fault." For what? Don't know. Fuck you. It then forced me inside, and the door vanished. Vanished? What? Okay. The spiral stairs showed up multiple pictures. The spiral stairs showed multiple pictures on the wall. It was all the pictures that I drew when I was little, but more detailed. How? That's the Nintendo 64 of upscaling technology. Not only you get more detail in real life, did they like start filling in detail? Like they just redrew it? What is this ghost's priorities? At the end, there was another door. Another text box appeared, and it said, "He died because of you." Who died? Who fucking knows? How's the protagonist involved? I have no idea. It then forced me inside again, and the door disappeared. I was then in the circular room. Like, I've heard this story before. That's why I picked it. I still have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. The spiral stairs showed multiple pictures on the wall. Like, normally in these sort of stories, I had already read that text box. Normally these sort of stories, you know, I said in the Pokemon thing, you know, the protagonist is at least involved in what the fuck happened. And usually it's like the old possessed copy with their favorite childhood Pikachu, but he's now blood red and has a penchant for murder. Because how dare you get a life? But anyways, it then forces me inside again. But then the story is just like, nope. I got him. We did this protagonist because it was funny. It then forced me inside again, and the door disappeared. And the Mushroom Kingdom has a real ghost door. Yeah, here's that then. Man, I don't know, the Mushroom Kingdom had so many ghost doors. And the door disappeared. I was then in the circular room. There were pictures of my friends and family. And there was a sign in front of me. Pick one, it said. I was legit scared, and like it was pretty hard to scare me. Like, you understand, I played Slender. I'm pretty much immune to everything. But I continued because I was serious. Yeah, the game has pictures of me, the people I know in real life. But I never played the game before, so Mario 64 just has it. It truly is a revolutionary game then. With the ghost. Advanced AI technology. Okay, you know what? I kid, but you saw that iceberg, probably. Honestly, in Mario 64's advanced AI, this probably could do this. This is normal for the game. Why is this a creepypasta? This is just something that happens. This is personalized copy, lol. Anyways. But I continued since I was curious. I went to the picture of the friend who gave the game to me, and a flash of light greeted me to the screen with a hovering knife. Underneath, the text said, ended. I clicked, and I heard his clicked. I hate this guy. He's using a mouse. And I heard a scream. The game then told me in a strange voice, "You killed him," and shut off. I was glad. Yeah, fuck you, Mario 64. I'm glad that guy died. The next day, my friend called and told me that the guy who loaned me the game died. How did he figure this out? Where the hell did he get this game from? Whatever. I was in shock, and I told him everything. My friend said, "Bitch, you crazy," and hung up. I think I was, but who can say what was real or not anymore? Maybe it was a dream. Maybe it was just a coincidence. Maybe someone took Mario 64, replaced all the code with a ROM hack, and then put it back in a cartridge, gave it to a friend, and then that friend gave it to, and then he somehow knew that that friend gave it to an entirely different guy. And then that guy played the game, and then you die, and then let's listen to this guy's play. Where the fuck went in the game? Well, like a logistical situation. You take a Mario 64 copy. You take the game, you adjust the code, you put your ROM hack in it somehow that no one knows. You slap the card back together. You give it to some fucking kid that somehow has a friend that's never played Mario 64 before, and you know this. For some reason, you give it to him. Then, you'll be giving that friend who doesn't have Mario 64, has never played it. Then he plays the game. Then you die. Important step. Then somehow you gotta get in contact with the other guy so they can tell you, "Oh, weird part of the fucking game, bro." And even so, that wouldn't be a coincidence. That's just a stupid fucking plan with no gain. But the game was strange. I knew it. I took the game and I threw it in the trash, hoping to never see the game again. And hopefully I won't. You know, when I throw these games in the trash, I mean, usually like week-long trash cycles. So I mean, there's probably like more games where it's just compacted into dust and never seen again. Like the game wouldn't play anymore, right? If it got put in the fucking garbage compactor, like it's not gonna work. Fucking Wally picked up the thing and went all that shit he does. The game won't work anymore, right? So who cares? I guess maybe you have a possessed garbage compactor now. In which case, that'll be a problem. But like, who cares? But anyways, I think I'm going to end this video here. Remember to like and subscribe. It's always something that I forget to say at the beginning of my videos, and I really should. Because everyone else just tells you to like and subscribe. Fuck them. They don't need your subscription. They probably got like thousands already. I'm not even in the triple digits. So like, yeah, you know, you could subscribe to the video if you made it this far, right? Like, cause you clearly enjoyed it. Like, truly. Anyways. Goodbye. I'll see you when another terrifying tale needs to be told.